Hi there, it's Marina Newington from PowerSystem, and I am so glad that you are with me on this 5-day challenge. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about ingredients, okay? So this is a little bit of a bonus tip for you guys, and it is so important to saving time in the kitchen and saving time in your life. So today is just a typical example of I've come home, I'm really hungry, it's 10 past 1, and I would like to eat some lunch. I have a meeting at 2:30. I don't have huge amounts of time to cook something, but I certainly have time to make something quick and easy. Now, if we had been doing this, I would have planned already that I'm gonna have my fried rice and have all my ingredients ready. And in fact, I did plan that I'm gonna have my quinoa fried rice, but I wanna show you a few options about a few things. So first of all, the kind of oil that you use. So I always make sure, and this is so important to have, basic ingredients in the house. I always use for fried rice and things like that, coconut oil. I like this brand, Biona, but coconut oil is a really great thing to use. It's so good for you. It's so good for you. It has a really high burning point, and I love the taste. I'm a coconut addict. There's also olive oil. I always use extra virgin olive oil. There's of course butter, and then there is sunflower oil. Now, I use these for different things. So if I'm doing something savory and Western, I'll use olive oil. If I'm doing something savory and Eastern, I'll use coconut oil. And if I'm doing something more like French toast or pancakes or something that I don't want it to have a strong flavor, I want it to have as little flavor as possible, then I'll use the sunflower oil. So another thing I really want to talk to you about is this wonderful ingredient here. Okay, so I buy these ready packets. Okay, they are fantastic. You rip the top off and you stick it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes, and then it's going to be ready to go when I start cooking in here in my pan. And I just want to show you, today I'm going to use this one, Express Quinoa and Golden Vegetable, but they also have just plain quinoa if you want to have that. There is beluga lentils, which is an option. There are pui lentils. All these things I love. You prepare them in the microwave and they're ready to go, so you don't have to spend 20 minutes getting them ready. So that's brilliant. Okay, and then today I'm also going to use some broccoli stem, some mushrooms, and some prawn and some bacon. Well, actually, I'm not going to use this, but I want to show you. Once again, I just bought these ready. They're prawns that are marinated. They have some, these have coriander and, excuse me, my nose is running. They have chili and coriander. Sometimes I get them with garlic and herbs, whatever's available. I just cut them up a little bit smaller. They're going to go in my fried rice. If I don't have those, I always have these little pancetta meat cubes. These are so good. I start cooking with these first, and then I use the fat from them to do all my cooking. So those are great. And I always have some kimchi, good for your belly, fermented food. This is delicious to throw into the fried rice. And one of my favorite things ever, and I have to share this with you. I've done this before. I'm going to show you this. Broccoli stem. Never throw away your broccoli stems. So when I'm finished with them, I save them, and I just cut the sides like so. So they're nice and fresh. And then I cut off the bottom and I cut off the top. Okay, you see how I'm left with this gorgeous little rectangle of yumminess? This is yumminess. How could you throw this away? And then I cut it down the middle there, and I cut it down the middle here. And then I just make it into teeny little cubes going across like this. Okay, so that's that. This goes in the bin. And then the mushrooms, so easy. Cut them in half, and then I just like to give them a little slice across that way, a little slice across that way. And another thing that I always have, and that I love to use in this and in other things, is frozen peas. They are so nice. I started trying to buy some fresh peas because I thought that they were going to be sweeter, and in fact, I ended up going back to the frozen peas. They're just much nicer. They really are. So in this situation, I'm making some, like I said, some quinoa fried rice. But I can also equally use all of these ingredients and make a pasta. Yeah, so I have lots of gluten-free pastas. I need to eat gluten-free. I eat gluten-free or I eat wholemeal, but I tend to use those, and I could equally make a pasta with all of these ingredients instead of making fried rice. So you have lots and lots and lots of choices. I'll be back in a second and show you what I do with it all. Bye. Right, so we're in the cooking process now. So I've used 1 teaspoon of the coconut oil. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit here. I used 1 teaspoon of the coconut oil, and I threw in the mushrooms, these broccoli stems, the peas, the frozen peas, and I've literally been cooking them in just 1 teaspoon of olive oil for a couple of minutes, and I'm gonna season now, because it's always so important to season at every level. So a bit of salt, a bit of pepper. I'm gonna mix them all together. Right, and now, this has been in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. I'm just gonna dump it in the bin, clear the evidence, and then I'm just gonna mix it up together. And this is so quick and easy. I'm gonna mix this up together, and now here I have, these are the prawns from before, and this is the kimchi. Now, I don't know if you ever use this stuff. You can buy it anywhere. This is one that I made, and I made this like 4 months ago. So you think, oh my God, you've had something in the fridge for 4 months? Ew! But it is actually still delicious. It is actually still delicious. So I'm just dropping the prawns in. I'm gonna put the kimchi in at the very, very end, because I don't wanna cook it. I want it to be raw. And then I'm just using this Chinese fried rice sauce. Try not to use too much of it, because it's a bit salty. But just mix it up together in here. Okay, so I've cooked it up now, and just a few more seconds. So this is what it looks like. And now I'm just gonna add the kimchi to it. Because like I said, I don't wanna cook this kimchi. It's so lovely and so yummy, and has a bit of spice to it. Sauerkraut, for me, tends to be kind of sour. Now, a lot of people really love it, but kimchi has that little bit of that I just really love so much. Okay, so I'm stirring this kimchi in, and I'm done. That's it. Okay, now, we were talking about cook once, eat 3 times, like the freebie I gave you. If you didn't get it, make sure you download it. It has some really good ideas and recipes in there for you. So this is my lunch, which I'm gonna put in here. Now, this is of course lunch on another day this week, because I made loads. So you don't wanna give yourself too much just because it's there. I'm kinda hungry, so that's my lunch today. How does that look? Pretty good, right? How quickly was that done? 15 minutes from beginning to end. Not bad, right? So I have this in here, and there are 2 things here. So one, I can just heat it up in and of itself, and that makes another really good lunch, and that's gonna be 1.5 minutes for my lunch when I'm really rushed. And you're gonna plan that in so you know when you need it. But another thing that I do with this that I absolutely love is I make it into a soup. And this is really great at this time of year when it's cold, and to do in the evenings. Yeah, because if I'm eating dinner on my own, because my husband's at a work thing and the kids have eaten already, then I don't like going too heavy, and I don't like making something that's too fussy. I really can't be bothered to cook for a long time when it's just me. So I will just put some stock together, 2 cups of stock, 500 ml. I can use a stock cube, or I can use some stock that I have from the freezer, whatever you like. You can just use a stock pot, anything. So 500 ml, 2 cups of stock, and then I will put in about 2 tablespoons of this into it while it's hot. Mix it up, pour it in a bowl, and I will have such a yummy soup. You don't know how good it is. It is so nice, and it takes about 2 minutes to make. All right, so that's cook once, 3 times again. So we cooked once, 15 minutes. My lunch today, still piping hot. Lunch on another day, that's gonna be 1.5 minutes to reheat, and then put some into some broth, and that becomes a soup, and that's also gonna take you about 2 minutes. All right, I would love to hear what your ideas are. What are your top tips that you use to save time in the kitchen? Because if we can save time in the kitchen, then we have more time for ourselves, for our family, and for our business. And that's what we're after, right? Okay, I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.